Church, I am going through, starting over. Welcome to the Going Through podcast. To all my returning church members, baby, welcomes. And to all my new people, please, baby, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and to also click that bell notification so you are notified every time I decide to upload a video. Now, let me first and foremost say, y'all, saying all of that just seems foreign to me because for all of y'all that had lives and couldn't keep up, I've been gone from YouTube for about 4 months, all right? But we'll get to that story in a second. Now, the Going Through podcast is a new venture that I'm debuting in 2024. It's something that I've basically been thinking about for a very long time now. Doing my own creative thing, working on my own original content, and it just seemed like 2024 was the best time for new beginnings, right? So going through is seriously a term of, I would say, exhaustion in my friend group, right? We're always calling each other, bring. I am going through, and then it follows with, a variety of things. I'm going through family issues. I'm going through relationship drama. I'm going through issues on my job. I'm going through problems with my mama. Like, it just depends on what you're going through at that time. And I've always felt that we're all perpetually going through something, so we might as well go through it together, hence the Going Through podcast. So it's going to be a weekly podcast, dropping every Wednesday, and, it's going to start being based on my life in terms of things that I've been going through, but please feel free to drop down in the comments and just basically tell me, what you guys are going through, and maybe that'll give me inspiration for subsequent episodes. Like I said, it'll be, from my life from the beginning, and then also I want to have a component where I bring in people in my life who may be going through certain struggles, right? I want to expand it to street interviews, as well as, trying to get some local DMV celebrities and scale it from there. So it just seemed like the right time, 2024, year of new beginning. It's a year of a new start for me, right? So this first episode is called Going Through, Starting Over, right? And so, to all of my returning church members, the question at the forefront of your mind would probably be, bitch, where you been? Y'all know I got no damn sense, okay? Where have you been? Now, let me say, nothing traumatic happened. Nobody died, okay? I was literally going through a conflict of self, okay? And I feel like we all have been there, at one point or another. Honestly, I had lost sight of my dream, and I think, we probably have all been in a point in time where our dream has basically seemed elusive to us, right? We know that there has been something placed on our heart. We know that there's something that we're supposed to do. We see where we could be, but we just don't know how to get there. And I think that pretty much sums up, my frustration in terms of what led me to take my little, hiatus. So I'm going to try to tell this story as succinctly as I can because my word for the year is succinct because I can go on a lot of dissertations and I don't think it's necessary in this scenario, right? So when I first started YouTube, my goal was to be an entertainment and news reporter, right? My two biggest influences, and I've always said this from the start of this channel, have been Wendy Williams and Funky Dineva, okay? If there were no Wendy Williams and no Funky Dineva, there would be no Dat Damn Dasher. That's pretty much the beginning and the end of that, right? So I started out doing reality TV reviews and also starting, in the hot topic sphere. And that was going okay. It was going okay. I was building an audience. It was slow, but, steady. But hell, slow and steady sometimes wins the race, right? But I just couldn't seem to get to the point of monetization and basically getting to 1,000 followers. So for all of y'all that had lives and couldn't keep up, 1,000 followers is pretty much how you get monetized on YouTube and start gaining, I guess, an income from the work that you put in, right? And so that's kind of like the first goal of any channel is to get to 1,000 subscribers and to finally start getting paid for the work that you do each week, right? So I was doing entertainment and hot topics and it just didn't seem like it was really, gravitating or, pulling with the people. So my friend, my best friend, Mary, shout outs to Mary, said, you love food. Why don't you just go do a food review? So I hopped in my car and I went down to Jollibee, and little did I know that video would literally become my most popular video, eclipse all the other things that I had done, to date. and basically set me on a new path, right? So I started out trying to do entertainment and, hot topics reporting. I ended up being a food reviewer. And then I started to, go through the process of hair loss, or continue to go through it. And at the urging of my therapist, I took to my YouTube channel to kind of document the process, as well as the whole hair transplant thing. And everything just started to feel very segmented, right? Like, I'm an entertainment and news reporter. I'm doing food reviews that I've been thrust into because now I have all of these, subscribers that are expecting that kind of content. I'm doing the hair transplant stuff because I'm trying to help people, and also, allay the stigma that I feel myself in terms of not being able to talk about it right publicly. So it just felt like I always have this Achilles heel in my life, y'all, and maybe, a lot of you can basically understand, but I always feel like a jack of all trades and a master of none. Like, I felt like that from the beginning. Like, I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at any one particular area. And I felt that from the beginning, and it started to, give that same trigger in terms of the YouTube thing, right? Like, I'm good at all of these things, but no one area is exceptional, right? And so Oprah has a saying that I love, and I always apply it to my life, and it goes like this: when you don't know what to do, be still, okay? And so the problem is, when Mama Oprah says something, we all think of it as gospel, and I take it to the extreme. So, I was still for a week, and then a week turned into 2. And then 2 weeks turned into a month. And before I knew it, it had been 4 months, right? And I think the thing that was gnawing at me the entire time was, you've lost sight of your dream. How do you find your way back? How do you take steps to find back? And the thing about it is this: even though you guys didn't see me on YouTube, I was very active on TikTok. And that's the thing. TikTok has been such a great outlet for me during this time, because the same stuff I started doing on YouTube, I started doing on TikTok. And it just seemed like it gravitated there more. It took off from the beginning. My niche in terms of entertainment and pop culture was set, and I haven't had any problems there. So I've been, from a lesser investment of time and a lesser investment of energy, I've gotten more success on the TikTok side. So it really came down to a business decision, and a mental decision rather, in terms of this portion of my life is working out really well in terms of the TikTok side. The YouTube side, I'm trying to figure it out, but it doesn't seem to be working. So let me take a break from it, right? But like I said, something kept gnawing at me. And the thing about it is this: no matter what relationship that you are in your life right now, you never forget about your first love, no matter whether it was the relationship that brought you the most pain or the relationship that, brought you the most joy. You always remember your first love. And YouTube to me was my first love, and I couldn't give up on my first love. I had to find a way to make it work, right? So, I'm starting fresh. I'm starting anew. This video honestly feels like the first video of a new chapter of the channel, because I'm going to be walking in a space of original content, authentic, videos. Not that my videos weren't authentic before, but just a renewed sense of authenticity in terms of doing things that I authentically want to do versus things that I've been thrust into doing, right? So I hope that, the fan base that I've garnered thus far, I hope that you guys stick with me. I know that some of you may, drop off, and that's okay. And new people will come along, along the way, and that's okay. That's part of life. The only thing constant in life is change. And I'm in a period and in a space of change right now. And I hope you guys will follow along this route with me. So, that's the best way that I can put it. I lost sight of my dream. I found my dream, and now I'm trying to walk back into the purpose of it. So this is me starting over. Now, look, the Going Through podcast is not all gloom and doom, okay? And some topics are going to be heavy. Some topics are going to be light, okay? But at the end of the day, what this truly is, besides a podcast, is it's also a variety show, okay? Because like I told y'all, jack of all trades, master of none. I'm trying to walk in that purpose, Jesus, okay? So, besides the weekly segment where we basically go through a topic, we're going to also get into some different segments. So the next one, I'm very excited to go into this segment, and I'd like to call it Dear Dasher. Now, y'all know I'm always trying to help people, even when sometimes I shouldn't. And that's what this segment is about, Dear Dasher, right? Now, it's a segment where people will write me letters and I will try to help you with your problems if I can. Now, the first few letters are going to be inspired from, people in my life. And thank you all so much, the people in my life that have written me these damn letters to start, because it's very hard to start a new segment without, content and a jumping off point. So the first few letters are going to be from people in my life. And it's my hope that in time, you guys will write in with your problems to datdamndasher@gmail.com with a subject line of Dear Dasher. And maybe I'll be reading your letter just like I'm about to read this one right here and right now. All right. Now, today's letter comes from Shay. Hey, Shay. And Shay writes, Dear Dasher, that's me. My best friend is on her 4th spin around the block with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, and I've been there as a supportive friend from the beginning. Personally, I don't see it working out for them, but I've tried to be there for her time after time. However, I think I've reached my patience limit, and I don't want to start resenting her. So I'm wondering if you can help me find a good way to tell my friend that I don't want to be involved in her relationship drama this go-round without offending her. P.S. If I can keep my friend in the process, that would be great. Well, Shay, thank you for your letter, baby, and I will see if I can help you, right? Now, first and foremost, honestly, I wish that you would be okay with losing a friend. It's so much easier for me to tell people how to get out of a relationship sometimes than how to maintain it. Or maybe it's just more fun in my mind, right? Now, to all the people who truly know me, they know that my kiss of death in any relationship is if I say these key words. I wish you well in all your future endeavors. If you ever hear that from me, I am love TKO gone from the damn relationship. All right. But Shay, look, I'm going to answer this in 2 different ways, right? Because I'm going to answer it for the people that are okay with leaving the relationship. And then I'm going to answer your question because I feel like both sides are relevant, right? So if you are in a similar situation and you don't care about keeping the relationship, I would literally recommend a method that I call the walk back method, okay? And it's very simple, all right? You start walking back your attention, you walk back your affection, you walk back your texts, you walk back your phone calls, and before you know it, you done walked out the door of the damn relationship and you're happy on the other side. But I understand you're trying to keep your friend, so let me give it to you how you need it, Shay, okay? So Shay, this is what I would do, right? I would literally, and you're going to have to pile this on thick, right? Because if you want to kind of make this go over well, you're going to have to bring out all the stops, all right? And what I would do is this. I would go to my friend and I would say, hey, friend, I'm so glad that you and, you didn't put what his name is, you and Jonathan, have found your way back to each other. And I'm so glad that you're giving it another try. But what I've noticed is that from being here with you, all these different, relationship iterations, it's kind of started to affect the way that I see him. And it started to also affect my anxiety. So I was just wondering, if possible, could you find a different sounding board for your emotions in terms of, this relationship? Because I know that you guys are on again, off again. And that's, a lot of stress to put on a situation time after time. And I've noticed it's really affected my mental health. Girl, you gotta lay it on thick, okay? If you want to get out, Shay, you got to lay it on thick, okay? It's affected my mental health. And I would really appreciate if you could, use somebody else as a sounding board this time, all right? And look, no matter how you phrase it, somebody's going to feel a certain way, all right? That's just how life goes, right? But I think a good friend who knows that her situation with her dude is effed up will, appreciate you for your honesty, all right? And whether she, is cool with it or comes out of a bag on you at it, I think that your goal is reached, right? Because if she's okay with it and she finds a different sounding board, then you keep your friend, right? And if she's not okay and she feels a certain way about it, then you're out of the situation. I know you want to keep your friend, but that's kind of the best method I could possibly provide you with, right? Lead with honesty, roll it on thick in terms of, anxiety, mental health, and not really wanting to be involved in her drama going forward. and let the chips fall where the hell they may, okay? So Shay, thank you so much for your letter. I hope I was able to help, you with your problem. And I also hope that I was able to help the people who are okay with losing the relationship Jesus, all right? So that was Dear Dasher. And once again, y'all, I hope that eventually you'll write your letters to datdamndasher@gmail.com with the subject line of Dear Dasher, and maybe I'll be reading your letter and helping you with your problem, just like I tried to help Shay with her problem today. All right, next up, we are going to our last segment of the day, which is called Reading Mean Comments. Boo, I really hate you. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I do not dwell in negativity, Jesus, okay? I don't do it. I would much rather live my life in love and light. But I do love that segment on late night TV where, they basically have celebrities and people of influence read their meanest comments and basically react to them. So this is as close as I probably will ever get to going back and forth with somebody, because I just don't believe in doing that. But what's interesting about these mean comments is I do a lot of different content areas, as I've discussed with y'all. And the meanest comments that I have always gotten have been from the food reviews, which just seems counterintuitive, right? I talk about entertainment. I talk about hot topics. I've talked about my hair. Like, the meanest comments have literally come from the joy that I bring by trying different restaurants and showing y'all. So I don't know what it is about the food reviews that brings out the hate. But let's discuss a few of my favorites that I basically picked from YouTube, right? So our first mean comment comes from user Being Different is Cool. And Being Different is Cool commented on my Red Lobster Ultimate Endless Shrimp All You Can Eat Challenge video. And Being Different is Cool says, "Why you sound like that?" with a laughing, crying emoji. Let's see. Why do I sound like this? The simple answer is, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why I sound like this. It could be because I'm gay. I don't know. Like, I have a higher voice. I've always had a higher voice. Like, fun fact, whenever I answer the phone and it's someone that does not know me, 7 times out of 10, they're going to call me ma'am. Okay. I've just learned to go with it, because the thing about me is I'm always going to find a way to push through. Okay. And from playing a woman on the phone, or at least, feeding into what they think is a woman's voice, I've gotten discounts, I've gotten gifts, I've gotten things sent to my house that I didn't ask for, Jesus. So it's all worked out for me. So why you sound like that? Because Jesus must have ordained it. Okay. I don't know, but I learned a long time ago, you can either embrace yourself or you could spend time hating yourself. And I refuse to spend time in negativity and to spend time hating myself. So I embrace me. And the weird part about this Being Different is Cool is that your username is kind of misleading, because if Being Different is cool, I would definitely say my voice is different. So, by your own definition, by your username, I should be cool, but that's okay. That's okay. You got to work that out within yourself. But thank you for watching, and thank you for your support, whether it's positive or negative. All right. Now, our next mean comment comes from user Jeff Hampton. And Jeff Hampton also commented on my Red Lobster Ultimate Endless Shrimp All You Can Eat Challenge video. And Jeff Hampton says, "You go, girl," with an exclamation mark. And to Jeff Hampton, I say, thanks, sis. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you go, girl. I think sometimes people either forget, or they come to the channel not knowing me, or they suspect that I'm part of the LGBT, Q plus community, but they don't know for sure. And their best way to kind of come at me and make me feel a certain way is to attack that. Listen, I basically was dragged out the closet when I was 24, 25. I'm 33 right now. I'm secure in who I am. And as a gay man, I have masculine energy and I have feminine energy, and I'm good with both sides of that puzzle. So, you go, girl just means, thank you and congratulations, sis, because honestly, you go, girl is kind of a term of endearment in the gay community. So I think you came at it from a negative angle, but for all I know, this could be a positive angle. I'm not sure. But anywho, Jeffy, thank you, sis. And, thank you for watching, because whether you watch for, a positive reason or a negative reason, hell, I get the same viewership count. So thank you so much. Thank you, Jesus. All right. And our last mean comment comes from user Fue Coco Gang, and I hope I'm not, bastardizing your name or whatever. And Fue Coco Gang commented on my Cardi B and Offset McDonald's meal. So I had basically done for Valentine's Day last year, Cardi B and Offset had a McDonald's meal that they were basically promoting. So I did a skit where I dressed up as Cardi B with a long black wig and some, very, very long orange nails, right? So Fue Coco Gang writes, "Gay, go get your ass some pink nails." Okay, well, let's break this down. Okay, gay, I'd prefer Dasher, but I am gay, so that's okay. Like I told y'all, I'm cool with my masculine and feminine energy. I'm all right. Go get your ass some pink nails. So since you're so concerned about the nails in the video, since they were orange, I went to the beauty supply store and I could not find those long extended nails that the girls seem to be wearing, the ones that click clack and stuff like that. And the ones I found on Amazon were expensive as hell. So, being the constant, ingenuitive person that I am, I basically found some oversized straws and I cut them to nail length and basically wrapped them around my fingers. So that's where it kind of came from. So listen, if you want me to get my ass some pink nails, then Fue Coco Gang, buy them for me, baby. Okay, buy them for me. I would love some pink nails. I love a prop. Y'all know that I have, a very theatrical leaning. So if you want to send me, some props, I will not, turn them down. So Fue Coco Gang, feel free to send me a message to datdamndasher@gmail.com. And if you want to send me some pink nails, honey, I will not turn them down. I'm going to sage them once they come because I don't want no negative energy, but I got wigs here. I got my little, orange nails that I made out of straw. So I could use some real pink ones and I could find a segment to do inspired by you. So thank you, Fue Coco Gang. And that was our last mean comment. And I think that's really all I want to cover in this premiere episode of the Going Through podcast, y'all. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all, I'm going to leave you with the eternal words of LaToya Luckett. Put me in the trunk, Jesus, and help me not to block my own blessings. I'll go through with y'all again next week. Bye.